Thanks indeed for talking to us. We were talking to you a little earlier. You told us that most of those, about 1,500 miners, have been brought back to safety now following that trapping incident earlier on. Is everyone back up to surface?
Well, not as yet, Devin, according to our understanding. We're still yet to receive that confirmation, but Sibanye-Stillwater did release a media statement a few minutes ago saying that 1,500 of those 1,804 workers have been hoisted to safety, and just those remaining 304 is expected to be hoisted safely. I'm at the Sibanye-Stillwater's main offices here, just 5 minutes away from that Tembelani shaft, and I can tell you there it's quite busy. I'm not sure if Rustenburg has seen such traffic with people going around, and the people that are coming up, you're seeing the relief on their faces. But as I mentioned, Sibanye-Stillwater did say that 1,500 of those workers have in fact been hoisted up to safety thus far. But just joining us now is Becky Khumalo from Sibanye-Stillwater. Thank you for joining us at ENCA, but we just want that better understanding of exactly what happened to get those people stuck underground.
Thank you very much, Avia. Thanks for the opportunity. Just to clarify, we're transporting rails underground at our Tembelani shaft in Rustenburg, and the conveyance got loose and they fell into the shaft. But I think what is important is that it's more that we clear that there was no crisis, in the sense that it was important for shaft personnel to go down and do an inspection to make sure that it was safe for our employees to go up. So they were not trapped. We had to do an inspection and make sure that when we hoist our employees up, they were safe to be hoisted.
Now, just in talking to AMCU, one of the unions here, they say that, in fact, that's one of the issues that they'll be taking up with Sibanye-Stillwater, because, in their understanding, you're not supposed to be transporting any material while there are workers down there.
Well, that's not our understanding of you, but obviously if AMCU wants to discuss it with us, I mean, these are our stakeholders. We'll certainly have a discussion with them on that issue.
And then just reflecting back to last year, for example, 1,000 workers found themselves in a similar predicament, being underground for over a day, as well as 21 miners losing their lives. I'm not sure if you'd agree with me that Sibanye-Stillwater seems to be a dangerous place to work.
Avia, I wouldn't agree with you, and I think it's important that we put the Beatrix incident, because I think you're referring to that, into context. And in particular, if you remember, that incident was as a result of the Eskom power outage, and that obviously that was not within our context, and we did everything in our power, and we thank all our stakeholders, in particular Eskom, who came to the fore, and all our stakeholders, to make sure that our employees were hoisted up safely. But again, I think it is important that we clarify that it was not the Sibanye issue, the issue of Eskom. It was a power outage beyond our control. Insofar as the incidences that happened last year, I think we've been in the media clarifying exactly what happened in the various incidences that happened. And again, I mean, we would not want to dwell to repeat further the incidences. You'll remember that in the one incident, we lost about 7 employees. In the other incident, we lost about 5 employees. So if you look at our safety record, of course, if you look at the numbers, one may say those numbers are huge, but one can then account for specific incidences that happened in last year. But I wouldn't certainly agree with a statement that say Sibanye is a dangerous place to work in. We have a number of initiatives that we have in terms of cabin safety, and if you look from July last year, there has been a significant decrease of incidences in our shafts.
But safety is an issue that's being brought up once again with Sibanye-Stillwater. 21 of the 40 deaths in the gold sector, for example, last year, are attributed to Sibanye-Stillwater, happened in Sibanye-Stillwater. Aren't you going to scrutinize your safety measures even further?
We always do, Avia, and safety is one of those values that is primary for us, and if obviously we can confirm with you that safety is one of our value, and it's something that we scrutinize almost on a daily basis.
Becky Khumalo, from Sibanye-Stillwater saying that safety is an issue that they will continue to scrutinize here at Sibanye-Stillwater. I'm not sure if the incidences that have actually happened now and also last year will reflect that scrutiny of safety. We are at the main offices, of course, 5 minutes away from that Timberlani shaft where miners were trapped. We do understand that Sibanye-Stillwater says that 1,500 of those workers have been hoisted up. Only a few remaining, 300 almost, that are remaining now. And we do understand from AMCU that they do say that they're hoping that those workers will be safely hoisted up before 12 o'clock.
So, viewer, before we let you go, you were there a few hours ago when those miners surfaced, so you had an opportunity of really getting a sense of what they felt when in the midst of being trapped underground. Well, good news is that, of course, a majority of those miners are now up. But what sense were they giving you when they felt that, look, this is it, they are now trapped underground and just at the mercy of rescue efforts?
Well, relief, Devon, is actually putting it mildly. The relief in their faces, many of them didn't actually want to even interact with us. Their first concern was actually getting home to their families. And you can see the cars there, you can see the taxis around there. But the few that we did actually spoke to give us a sense of that they didn't even know what was actually happening because there was smoke, as they put it. So it wasn't clear as to what was happening. They were supposed to knock off, as we understand, at 12:30. But of course, that was delayed, and the hoisting actually started to happen at about 7:30. But they were relieved to be back up to safety and on the ground.
Oh, thanks very much indeed. That's Avio Matila. They're talking to us from Rustenburg at the site where there was this surfacing of miners after being trapped at the Sibanye-Stillwater mine in Rustenburg.